All right, we're back at it with another bike packing hammock stealth camp. I'm gonna spend the next 2 days here back in this river section. It's a beautiful historical property on this side, which I couldn't get to. So I'm on this wooded side, and I got my hammock with me. Got stopped and got some Thai dinner tonight, and I'm gonna fish these beautiful rapids here. There's tons of different species of fish in the river. Should be a good time, so I doubt you're gonna wanna miss this. Try that. Shrimp and chicken and peppers and white rice. Enjoy sleeping in my hammock right over the rapids. That might be something cool. On your left. Is there a fork in there?
Yep, fork, chopsticks, and some sriracha if you need it.
Thank you, man. Well, I made a quick stop in the city here to grab some Thai food before I head out to my camp. Now I gotta figure out a spot to put it on this bike pack. There's a beaver right there. Had a quick little stop in the city to grab a bite to eat. Now I gotta find a spot to stealth camp. I just kind of rode here with no destination in mind, and we're gonna find a spot somewhere along this river here. Brought my fishing rod with me to do a little fishing. Got my hammock to set up. Got some food. I'm gonna ride around a bit and see what else is around here. I'm gonna head upriver here and check it out. All right, well, the first area was a bust. Now let's check out this second one. Hopefully nobody's back here. Whoa. All right, well, just had to plow through some mud there. Foot's covered in mud. First spot was a bust. So now I'm gonna keep heading down this trail and hopefully it pays off with a spot. I'm really kind of worried about coming back down here in this thickets. There's thorns everywhere, and going off-road, you always risk popping a tire. I just put a new inner tube in there, and I've been on a bad run lately with flats. All right, well, I've just been following this trail along the river here, trying to get deep back in the forest, further in, away from any buildings or any properties. It's a pretty good little wooded area, nestled in not far from the downtown center of a huge metropolitan city. But I'm gonna keep heading down this little 2-track, and I think eventually it's just gonna lead to a deer trail from what I saw on the map. So we'll see where it goes. Well, it's almost summer now. It's actually not too hot though, 70 degrees. It's gonna be into the mid 50s, low 50s tonight. Perfect sleeping weather for sure. But I've also got my fishing rod with me. Looks like some beautiful waterfall there. Could set up off of that and fish below it and have a pretty good camp, I'm sure, as long as nobody comes back in here. I'm gonna keep heading up this wooded area along the trail here. Both sides of the river are completely blocked off from people, and it's just all woods on this side. And then you have this factory on that side, old munitions factory. Man, that area looks so cool over there. Wonder if I could, there's some rocks further up here in the river. I wonder if the river's low enough I could cross over just by walking the rocks. But as you can see, this area is super rocky, not very good for the bike, that's for sure. So I had to leave the bike behind, and I'm just walking up ahead to see what I could find here. Find a good stealthy spot. The area has a ton of deer and fox, beavers on the river, and different animals. The area is known to have copperhead snakes as well, so hopefully we run into a copperhead. All right, I'm burning daylight here, but I think that's as far as my bike will make it. There's too many down trees and too many rocks. From here I'm gonna walk it and maybe stash the bike somewhere and take the packs with me, hike in. These old buildings right here are where they used to make all the munitions for wartime. It's an old factory where they would have explosions, and those walls, I think, were what separated and held in the boom that was happening. But you can tell this is an old munitions factory, and those are the walls there that are still left standing. Originally, I had the idea to camp there, but I couldn't get to it. It was gated off on the other side. So we're on this side of the river, and now I gotta find my spot to set my hammock up. But this is it. I would love to camp here. Beautiful rapids, it's secluded. It's a 70-degree, partly cloudy day. should be a nice night. In the mid 50s to low 50s. It's perfect sleeping weather. Only thing is, I hope the mosquitoes aren't too bad. Well, this is definitely going to be a dead end for my bike here. This area is thick. I don't think I can get through there with the bike anyway. Hopefully the mosquitoes don't come out and I don't have to deal with any ticks. When we'll be good. Last camp the mosquitoes were brutal and they tore up my ankles. I don't know why they always go for the ankles, but they got me pretty good. So hopefully they don't come out too bad tonight. It's a little bit cooler than last camp, so. As I'm going through this area here, I'm making it a point not to get any greenage on my legs. There's tons of poison ivy, poison sumac, poison oak, and those serrated leaves are killer. See, this area is perfect. I'd love to camp here. It's a beautiful, secluded river spot. There's rapids, it's nice. There's nobody around here, no buildings. Pretty far back in the woods upstream here. Only thing is, my bike's about half-mile downstream and there's tons of fallen trees. Looks like a storm swept up the river and knocked down all the trees in the area. So that might be kind of tough to get the bike through. But I would like to camp right here on this river. This is a nice spot. All right, let's go. Let's do this. Quite a bit of stuff to climb on here, but I'm gonna do it. Well, made it. Got all my gear to the spot where I want to stealth camp at. Pretty nice spot right on the river here. Had to stash the bike further down in the deadfall and climbed over all manners of trees and spider webs and root balls and boulder fields. I don't know what it is with this area, but there's a lot of rocks. This area is super rocky. Originally I thought about setting my hammock up in the woods there a little bit under the canopy, but it doesn't look like there's going to be any rain tonight, and I'd much rather just set up right on the river here, right next to the rapids. So that's what I'm going to do. Over the noise of the rapids, I can hear a fox screaming and barking. They make quite a wild noise with that scream. It's almost haunting if you didn't know what the sound was. It's a bit weird to hear. It's a bit spooky to hear the scream of a fox. It's an odd noise for sure. So I guess it'll just be me and the foxes out here again tonight. Past 3 times I've camped, I've heard foxes at night waking me up. I've got a spot here I want to set my hammock up between these 2 trees right on the shore of the river here, right next to the rapids. But there's a rock in the middle, so I think I got to get my hammock straps up higher so that I don't lay on that rock. So I got to clear that rock, get over that tree to that tree. Let's see what happens. Pretty good. Well, clear the rock. That's a high hammock there. my one tigress under quilt. It's going to be in the 50s tonight, so I'm just going to use it. It might also block mosquitoes from biting me if they're out. There's another one of those millipedes. I didn't know they had those out here. Wow, those millipedes have cyanide in them. Super poisonous. So there was a flat piece of wood over here somewhere. Oh man, look at all the spiders. Right there. See? There's nothing under it. Thought I could use this to set my cook stove on. Ooh, that was gross. Look at all those larvae. Oh. Whoa. Good. Sweep those up. A little egg roll action. Try that. Ah, it's good. A little yellow curry action, some Thai food, shrimp and chicken and peppers and white rice. It's gonna be good. Shrimp. It's got a little kick to it. Getting a little bit of rain, just some light drizzle. I didn't really want to put my overhead tarp on, my hammock, but might have to. As long as it stays light, shouldn't be an issue, but if it starts pouring more, I gotta put it on. And for dessert, strawberry shortcake. That's gonna be good. Man, that fire is hot. It's starting to burn my legs. Let's give it a try. Getting cold, temperature's dropping. Supposed to get into the low 50s tonight. Had barely any mosquitoes, bugs weren't bad at all. Tomorrow we're gonna do some fishing here, cook up some breakfast and just enjoy the area. It's a pretty sweet setup right on the river here. Got my hammock between these two trees right by the rapids. It's always very soothing to fall asleep to the sound of moving water, so always like setting my hammock up next to some current. Well, it's about midnight. I'm gonna hit the hay here pretty soon. It's a nice cool night, so I'm gonna enjoy sleeping in my hammock right by the rapids here. Red fox just walked down the creek there. Well, it's a cool, quiet morning. About 6 a.m. Woke up at about 5:30 to the sound of geese coming through, and there was a bald eagle flying up above, and fox on the other side of the river. Well, we got 56-degree temp. It's a nice, cool, sunny morning. I'm gonna cook some breakfast here and pack up and probably do a little fishing here. Found the perfect little flat and level piece of wood here that I'm using for my camp stove. Gives me something to stay level on so I don't tip my food when I cook. Well, for breakfast I've got potatoes, peppers, onions, sausage, and cheese. Little hash mix. Oh, there's an osprey flying over. Yeah, those old ruins are where they had the powder mill. They used the water of this river here to turn the mill and turn out black powder for the war in the 1800s. It's been here a while. It's a very historical area. Add the eggs. Got a nice hearty breakfast here with the potatoes, cheese, eggs, onions, peppers. Really good stuff. Only thing I'm missing is I forgot to bring some pepper and salt. Usually like a little pepper on there. Look at that. Old button. That could be really old. It's kind of odd to find a button right here. Might keep that. Might be something cool. I've just found this old button. They don't make buttons like that anymore. I'll have to look into it, try and research, find out if it's anything old. I'm always looking along the river here, especially in this area. There's tons of history, so I'm always looking on the riverbanks. Never know what you might find. Today I went down to wash my dishes right at the bank of the river here, and in the sand was sitting a button. Looks like an old ivory button. I'd like to imagine it came off the shirt of one of the workers at the old powder mill. Could be really old. Pretty cool though. Old ivory button. I think it's ivory. Maybe I'll find something else along the river here. I'm sure there's got to be tons of historical artifacts somewhere along this river. Revolutionary War went through the area. There's got to be cannonballs, muskets. I cannot believe that there's not a smallmouth bass sitting right there. Somebody lost a hat. It's like basically the most famous style hat there is, the Bass Pro Shops. All right, well, we're gonna pack out of here. Everything's packed and ready to go. Gonna get to my bike, which is stashed downstream. Do a little fishing on the way out of here. Should be able to pick up a fish or two. I don't see why not. You know, I'm gonna give it a go here. We'll see what happens. And all the while trying to not get stung by stinging nettles and avoiding the copperheads. So the stinging nettles got me yesterday. My skin's still a little irritated. It's like the barbs of the stinging nettles get in your skin and just stay there, kind of like glass. Oh, no way. Another one. Wow. Another button. Look at that. Huh. The second button I found. I know these are old. Almost looks like this one has some sort of writing on it. Huh. That's pretty cool. Check that out. That's the second button I found. I'm just walking down to the river. That would be a bad step there. Right on that glass. And this whole area is littered with old glass and clay pots, and must have been somebody's old dump. These are those plants that got me yesterday. I believe they're stinging nettles. So all you have to do is touch your skin to that, and man, does it irritate the skin. They're everywhere in this forest. Gotta watch out for those. Stinging nettles got me right there. Same spot again.